Now, despite the massive anti-government protests that are paralyzing Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that he is determined to proceed with the judicial reforms. And he said that he will end the divisive crisis over the judicial overhaul plans and restore unity. Despite the Prime Minister's statement, cracks seem to be appearing in the ruling coalition. Netanyahu summoned Israel's Defense Minister, Yoav Gallant. This came after Gallant said that he wanted to call for a stop to the government's plans to ensure law and order in the military. However, the Defense Minister's media briefing was cancelled and he was summoned by Prime Minister Netanyahu instead. Citizens intensified the protests on Thursday. Protesters continue to clash with the police and security officials in Tel Aviv. Israeli police had to fire water cannons at protesters, blocking a highway in Tel Aviv. Thousands took to the streets, waving flags, blaring horns. Traffic came to a halt in Tel Aviv in the middle of the workday. And despite this, Prime Minister Netanyahu remained adamant. On Thursday night, he said that the government will go ahead with the reforms.
אני אעשה הכל, כדי להביא להרגעת הרוחות ולאיחוי הקרע בעם. כי אנשים אחים אנחנו. ובעזרת השם, יחד נעשה ויחד נצליח.
Now, Prime Minister Netanyahu also said that he will do everything in his power to reach a solution.
ולכן הערב אני מודיע לכם, חבריי, ידידיי, אזרחי ישראל, עד כאן. אני נכנס לאירוע. אני שם בצד כל שיקול אחר. ולמען העם שלנו, למען המדינה שלנו, אני אעשה כל מה שביכולתי כדי להגיע לפתרון.
Now, the Israeli Prime Minister said this after the parliament ratified a law limiting the circumstances in which a prime minister can be removed. Netanyahu said that the judicial overhaul, it would restore balance between the branches of the government. However, critics say it will weaken Israel's democracy and give the government uncontrollable power. Now, protests over the judicial reform bill still underway in many parts of Israel. Police and protesters clashed in Tel Aviv, Bnei Brak and Petah Tikva. Over 10 protesters were arrested in Tel Aviv on Thursday. The protests are also spreading through the ranks of Israeli Defense Forces and other branches of the military. A letter from volunteer reservists was sent to Israeli media earlier this week. The letter said they're refusing their call-up to serve as a sign of protest against the proposed laws.
We actually lost any trust in the governmental decisions, and trust is a very important ingredient in going into reserve service and in risking your life sometimes for the benefit of the public.
We cannot leave the government to do as it pleases. And it doesn't matter if we are talking about left wing or right wing, it doesn't matter. I need to know that my citizens, my rights as a citizen are kept. And I don't care which is the Prime Minister right now.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.